But one of the charges is about the appointment of that Ms. Mokwele, who came from BMW, who came into the police, as one of the charges. We know in public space, some so-called expert, the Paul O'Sullivans and the likes, that have been very vocal about the appointment of that lady, that she was a cleaner at BMW, she's now a brigadier in the police. But I guess a profile and everything will be coming to this so that the commissions can get to see exactly what is it that she was doing there, and how much was she paid, and what is she doing in the police, and what is she paid, how she came about being appointed. That one will be presented later. But when we see a case opened in 2 provinces and it gets transferred by the Chief of Staff of the Minister of Police to IDEC, and IDEC is in possession of this in 2025, towards the end of the year. But the case that...
Apologies, General.
Yeah.
And Commissioner Khumalo wanted to correct you. Please consider the year, you say end of the year?
2024.
Okay, you had said 2025. Thanks.
Sorry, so my bad. End of the year 2025, which I referred to earlier, that Mr. Adams, a member of parliament, had opened cases in Cape Town and Johannesburg, and that was transferred by the letter of the Chief of Staff of the Minister of Police to IDEC within NPA for investigation. So IDEC had written a letter to the Divisional Commissioner of Detective Service to hand over those dockets, which was done towards the end of 2024. So IDEC is now in possession of complaints. I had said earlier, the report from Inspectorate said there's no elements of crime on this complaint. It's a hearsay. The legal services from the police are saying the same thing. Mr. Adams does not avail himself to be interviewed in order to deal with this complaint. But fast forward, commissioners, General Khumalo and the team, one of the critical 2 people I'm going to mention in the team is the provincial head of crime intelligence in Gauteng, who started this, who brought General Khumalo into the picture, because he was approached by the head of detectives on Gauteng and said, there are threats against my members, please assist with the threat assessment. It is that General Lukalakala who spoke to Ntuli to conduct that threat analysis, and they reported to General Khumalo. So they invited General Khumalo to get involved as Gauteng. So that Lukalakala is arrested with Khumalo. And the charges that they are arrested for, or the case they are arrested for, it's a case that is with IDEC. The case is opened in June of 2025. But the case has got the same charges, a complaint from Mr. Adams, similar to what Mr. Adams deposited the previous year, 2024, in October in Cape Town and in November in Johannesburg. It's a similar complaint that these members are arrested for by IDEC in June. But what is strange about it, commissioners, is that instead of IDEC working on the complaint of Adams, which had no basis for a complaint, and effect arrest on that, they did not to date. But they sought to get Mr. Adams to deposit another statement, whether it was coached or whatever. He deposited another statement at the beginning of 2025 in January to IDEC, a completely new statement, which now must prove to some degree that there is crime. So that what enabled IDEC to then investigate. In January, the statement is dated. In June, the case is registered. The same June, these members are arrested.
Can you please detail the differences between the 2 statements for me to follow the point you've just made?
Commissioner, I'm going to invite the team to bring that have been arrested and charged, to bring the copy of the charge sheet and the statement that was deposited in that case docket to come and present to the commission. I don't have it with me, but I have access to it and I read it. So that's why I'm able to draw comparison between this and that. So the question I was asking, but IDEC, why didn't you arrest them on the October and November complaint? Why did you put another statement in January?
That being the complaint of quote-unquote interception.
All what was mentioned in October and November in Cape Town and Johannesburg, one of those was the appointment of this Ms. Mokwele. The arrest is about Ms. Mokwele.
Okay, all right.
But
all
the
right.
statement from the complainant, Mr. Adams, is dated January now. It's a new one. A completely new statement which was retaken. But the case is not a similar case as those two. So it's another completely new case that is registered, as if it's a new thing. But, well, if there's evidence of a crime, I'm not going to argue that. They've got all the rights. If there's crime committed, they must act on it. They've got all the right. But what is strange, Commissioner, I'm going to invite South Africans to go to that court, and if so, demand to see the charge sheet. I'm not a lawyer. Many South Africans are not lawyers, but they will read what is sitting in the charge sheet. And they will know that this, in any given day, it should not have landed in a criminal court of law. But it is there. Magistrate signs a warrant, or IDEC investigator signs a statement and gives it to the prosecutor in IDEC, who signs off that statement. It goes to the magistrate approves the warrant of arrest, and these people are arrested. And they go to court. In court, strange things happen, Commissioner. That's what makes me to then get to worry. That's why I'm talking about it here today. Because one of the strange things that happened that involves a magistrate who's presiding over a case that the members from crime intelligence are arrested on, he imposed a very bizarre bail condition towards those members. And the bail condition that is imposed by the magistrate in that case against these members from crime intelligence said explicitly that these members who are arrested for facilitating the appointment of Ms. Mokwele from BMW to crime intelligence are barred from going, not, this incident happened in Pretoria in their offices, they are barred not to go into any premises of crime intelligence anywhere in the Republic of South Africa. That's a bail condition. This is not what the state asked for, but this is what the magistrate took it upon himself to impose on these members. Remember, Commissioner said, it's the same team that is busy with the operation of Gauteng counterintelligence operation. They are barred by magistrate to get involved or enter any premises of crime intelligence. So by default, it means the operation that they are busy with against the drug cartel must stop immediately. So, as I said, maybe the magistrate, someone will say, no, he erred, it was an overreach. I don't believe it's that. I believe it was a calculated move to make sure that they put a stop on the involvement of these members with this operation. And I can confirm to date, commissioners, that that operation stopped. While the members are crippling, trying to work, but it's frustrated. But it doesn't end there. It does not end there because a person who's got an oversight in the runnings of crime intelligence, which is the Inspector General of Intelligence, is demanding the files of that operation. He wants to know what's happening with that operation himself, which is very interesting. Why would the Inspector General be interested on an operation specific? So we have no other reason than to believe that this bail condition, not the arrest, maybe they did wrong during the appointment of this individual that warrants such a case and such charges. Maybe it's justified, but the bail condition is a problem. And for those that follow the case, and I've seen media houses that are here today, they go to court, they listen to the argument, and they go out and they file their reports and they come back to court. The last one was supposed to be on Monday last week. It was postponed because the recording my device was not working in court. And it was just only one courtroom. The others were working. But that one, so there has to be this delay of them coming back. What is strange that happened, which I did not put here, commissioners, is that many of those members that were arrested, one of them that is one of the charges, he's got two charges. The other one I don't want to talk about the prostitute and the loss of a firearm and stuff like that. He has to answer on that case. but he's also charged on the appointment of this Ms. Mokwele. So when the whole lot appeared in court and they were granted bail with those conditions, this one was kept in custody and he appeared alone the following week. When he appeared alone, he appeared before a different magistrate. And the different magistrate made it clear and said, it's not the job of the court to put conditions about where to work, where not to work. We are releasing on bail, go back to work. It is the National Commission of the Police that will decide whether to enter this building or not. Because the state does not say that your being in that building, how is it going to affect the bail condition or the witnesses that are there. So this is a bail condition given to one accused. And this one accused occupies position of a CFO of this secret fund at Crime Intelligence. He was suspension ends, and he pitched up at Crime Intelligence to go back to work. And he was told not to go back to work. Yeah, well, National Commission will come and explain the reasons for that, but Ms. Colin Barnard released a publication on that, and she was very aggressive towards the National Commissioner, saying that the National Commissioner does not even know the terms of the bail condition of this person. The court said this person must not enter the building of Crime Intelligence. She said that, and she wrote it down, and the bail condition does not say that. So it means she missed that the other magistrate is the one who came with the condition, but the other one that affects this CFO did not say that. But she is of an opinion that this person is not supposed to enter the buildings of Crime Intelligence. So therefore, and I'm told by the National Commission is going to come here that the head of IDEC phoned the National Commission and said that person must not come back to that building, the CFO, despite that the bail condition does not demand that. So this is just to show that there are all the efforts that have been put in place, not against the members